of season number 5, round 11 of the Project 1 eSports GT Championship. I am Jackie Prez and we are here for take number 3 of the championship. Well, not championship, of the race. You can see it's already gotten to me. We are just awaiting confirmation from everyone that they can see everyone. And then we'll get going. What we will do actually is just jump in the spectate. Variable. Display all and switch keyboards on so we can at least view this race. Would not be too bad, but we are about to get going again, and hopefully we will be good in not too long. As we await, let's go, let's get this done for round number 11 of season 5. The revs hopefully will rise, hopefully we'll get going soon. We'll finally get going at what has been an eternity in let's go, let's get it on here at Kyoto for race 1 in the super sprint here for round 11, and Blocky has got the jump on Ridwan, so Blocky's going to let him down into turn 1 for the first time, followed by Prime Stingray and Ridwan in third, the two-time defending champion. Then you got Tim in 4th, that's Blocky who leads him through the S's for the first time. Then you got Prime Stingray in 2nd, Ridwan in 3rd. Then you got Tim, then you got Lane or the Spec. I'm just going to call him the Spec probably out of pure habit, as they go into the hairpin for the very first time. BK just a little bit hung out there. Got Prezzo and Bodhod, 2 FP Autosport cars. That is less than ideal for the team's championship, but they've got Dynamite ahead of them. And Prezzo is going to look to maybe send it on him into the chicane, as I believe, oh, there's a decent amount of biff and barge going on there between this lot. Prezzo's gonna make BK go the long way here, as that, oh, Prezzo, hold on, mate. He did appear to turn down on BK there, so just completely disregard that he was there for a second. So that's not ideal if you're Prezzo really, but he does hang on to his car and hangs on to the position. Anyway, back to the front. Blocky has gotten a very nice start from pole position. He's got Ridwan, who's going side by side with Stingray rather. But you got Tim right behind. Team's championship battle just over. It's about 105 points between the two heavyweights in this championship. And FP Autosport are looking to extend the margin at the top of the championship if they possibly can, but Blocky has gapped them. He's got an 8.5 tenths over Stingray, and he's cleared the 8-tenth threshold for slipstream, which is very critical, as Stingray is going to go side by side with Ridwan through to hairpin, and Tim is going to follow in 4th. And you got Smeg and Kirby 5th and 6th. Then you got Banana Cake Pie in 7th on the medium compound tyres as well. Then you have got the American. Someone slid off in the background there, I think, and Spec here sliding off. BK runs off the road and is going to drop a fair few positions, as Kane has also dropped to the back after experiencing drama on lap 1. Roscoe in 14th. BK currently in 13th. Then you got Jammo, and then you got Bodhod, Dynamite, and then Prezzo. So the FP cars are looking to make a charge towards the front. They just don't appear to have maybe enough pace to really challenge. Ridwan is going to drive the absolute piss out of his car, as Stingray is doing a fantastic job really of holding off Tim thus far. Tim is going to look to go the long way around, and he may have to they may have to contend with Smeg here in a second, who could look to make it 3 wide. He doesn't, and Stingray does hang on to it. Oh, and Speck in the grass! That could have been disastrous for the Team Max Speed driver, but he does hang on, and now I believe Tim will be looking to make a move down to the hairpin and should, in all seriousness, get the job done. He tried, but Stingray's going to hang on. He's on the soft tyres, and that's Timo. Now, Prying Stingray's on mediums. I stand corrected, so Stingray trying the alternate strategy here. Well, or maybe just the normal strategy. Start on mediums and go to softs, or start on softs and then go to mediums. But at the front, Ridwan is chasing down Blocky big time. It appears to have just maybe a couple of lag issues here at the moment. Both of these men on soft compound tyres. As, oh, Ridwan's in the grass. Isn't ideal if you're Ridwan at the moment, as they will start lap number 4. Come on to the front straight. Blocky does continue to lead by just under 7/10 of a second. Closely followed by Ridwan in second. Then you got Tim in third, who has got through on Stingray once and put the ball. Then you got Prying Stingray, then Lane in fifth. Kirby Texas is in sixth. KD in seventh. Bananas in 8th, Dynamite is 9th, Prezzo is in 10th, you got Bodhod, oh you got BK actually in 11th, then Bodhod in 12th, then Jamo, Roscoe, and finally is Kane in last place. As Prezzo gets really crossed up on the power, they're going through the S's, as this is an interesting battle in terms of the team's championship. Though Prezzo was desperate to win this team's championship for FP Autosport, and you think he would maybe just put it all on the line here to get the job done. They're sort of relying on Ridwan and change for the lead. So Ridwan hits the front of the race, and Blocky is now relegated down into second, and Tim is a further 3 seconds back in third. So this does appear to be the battle for the win, up as Ridwan did roll off just ever so slightly there. They come on to remain straight. This is the lap where you can come in and get rid of your medium compound tyres. 4 laps is the minimum for those on it. As Stingray comes in, Smeg stays out an extra lap. Banana stays out an extra lap, as does Prezzo. Dynamite, BK, they're both in. So are they maybe just trying something here? I'm not entirely sure what these guys are going to do, but yeah, it's a really interesting ploy. Those who have chosen to stay out an extra lap. Anyway, Prying Stingray is the first car to make his compulsory pit stop, and he comes out in 11th. His challenge is to try and mow down the 2 up front. There's got a little battle here between Godrod and Jamo for 10th place, as Jamo did give him a bit of a bump mid-corner there, and Jamo is going to clear him. And does he hang on? Yeah, just about. Godrod's going to stick the nose in. See what he can do about maybe getting a move done back on the 44. Can't quite get it done under brakes, so he's going to have to just wait about another lap or so. Banana has fallen down and has got front end damage, so he is picked up during that lap, and he is on the medium tyres. He was coming in this lap anyway, I believe, so that isn't too much of a drama. As Prezzo looking to come in this lap. No, he doesn't. So Prezzo maybe just trying something here. Just thinking of maybe just playing a little long game. As Ridwan has stretched the margin to 1.2 seconds. It's a really impressive start into this race 1 from the 2-time defending champion. Also been confirmed he will stay at FP Autosport for Season 6. And they are extremely excited to continue their partnership going into the future. Blocky Rex also been announced he is staying as obviously part team owner with 5% at Revo Satellite Racing. He will be staying there for Season 6, being obviously a part team owner. He will stay with the Revo boys as they look to build on a successful partnership spanning over 2 seasons thus far, and just maybe come back as defending teams champions. They're going to have to topple FB if they're any chance of doing it. If they can, it'd be mighty impressive. As we're going to start lap number 7, Red Line will continue and go again, as will Blocky, as will Tim. See what Smeggy does here. Does he decide that now is the time? It is time if you're the Smeg, as does Curving Texas. As does the American. Here comes Presso, who decides it's time as well. As Prying Stingray still remains the first car to have made his pit stop, as the BCPRD boys go to work on Curving Texas's car, and he pops out just behind Smeg. And let's see where the rejoin does for KD. Bodhod he's currently in 11th. He's now 10th, because I believe he may have just leapfrogged his team owner. So I think we may get a team order here just to let Prezzo go, to just go after KD. I'm not entirely sure that... Actually, to be fair, the pair of them are on soft compound tyres. And... no, Bodon has come in, so... oh, Jumbo's going to stick the nose in! That could have been big! Prezzo's going to try and hang it, but... just couldn't quite get the drive traction out of the hairpin, and that is not what he wanted. He did not want to have a Mercedes in between the pair of them. Now set sail through the corners, and I think he may just have to yield just for a while, let the tyres cool, and just maybe get back into a rhythm. That could have been disaster for Prezzo, but maybe he's thinking forward towards the end of the round, as Ripline stretches the margin to 2.2 seconds from Blocky and Tim running in the top 3 at the moment. Also got Prying Stingray, still the first car to come in and make his stop. It's currently in 4th, and you got Smeg in 5th. That was currently 15 seconds. I'm not entirely sure what the exact transit time is in the lane, but Stingray has played himself quite nicely into this race and could pick up, may be able to snag himself a win if things go his way. Just look at this pace and consistency from Red Wine. As I say that, runs off, he decides to run off the road there. And last lap, dipped into the 33s for the first time since lap 2. Actually no, since lap 5, a lie. As Ridwan decides now is the time to burn a pen and lets Blocky take the lead of the race. That is quite odd. I've never seen that ever. But that is a really odd tactic there from Ridwan, just to kill your pens. And he still hasn't killed all of it. He's just dropped, given up the lead of the race. That could have big effects. As Stingray has lost it as well. Stingray's lost it. The man that was in the best place to pick up a win has lost it and is going to plummet down the order as a result. That is disaster for BCPRD. Espresso has also gotten back through on Shamo, rather. And the FP boys are in 9th and 10th at the moment. Obviously, Ridwan in 2nd. And we will have to do some calculations here because they could be losing some points. as we speak. We will let you know the provisional points as we go on throughout the night. As we have a look, it is lap 9 at the moment, so at the end of, not this lap, but the next lap, they will need to come in, guys on soft compound tyres, chuck a set of mediums on, and get back out there to comply with the tyre rules. As Blocky just cuts the absolute living Jesus out of that. And the pole sitter is leading from the front. Yes, Ridwan did give him the race lead, but he's leading from the front and has been able to maintain pace with the two-time defending champion. As Tim has decided, now is the time to come in and chuck the medium tyres on, so he's actually going to do 5 laps on a set of medium compound tyres, as he does come out ahead of out of the lane, and does come out in 3rd, provisionally the race leader, but probably will end up 3rd in the end of all of this. Each race win is worth 100 points to the winner. As every driver does score points. 100 points to the winner, 92 for 2nd and 86 for 3rd. FP Autosport really do need to get a bit of a move on if they are to maybe just maintain things at the moment, because if we do the counts right now, FP Autosport do stand to score roughly just over 200 points, whereas Revo stand to score, just doing the calculations right now, they stand to score about 240 odd. Okay, so these guys have now got to come in, no option, they're in, and now it is in the hands of the crews to service their men and get them back out, as Ridwan stops on the marks, chucks a set of tyres on, and Block does come out in the lead of the race, and Smeg and Tim appear to have gained a bit of ground here, so this is actually big time now. If you're FP Autosport, they're going to start trying to chase down KD if they possibly can, because they only stand to score approximately just on 200 points. Like, so they really need some extra points. Yeah, because they're going to lose points in this race and set up what could be a fascinating finale. Because, yeah, currently they will score 200 on the dot, whereas Revo will score 250 odd, actually. So, yeah, just going to cut down half their margin, as Blocky is lagging like an absolute, don't even know how to describe that. He's lagging all over the place, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, so it's quite an odd one. Now we'll just see how this plays out, because this could affect the race. As FP Autosport do stand to lose quite a bit of Teams Championship ground to Revo, unless someone like the Smeg can have a say in that and catch up to Tim and get on the podium, which would be 6 points in favour of FP. They can, which would be really helpful. Dynamite currently is in 7th. Actually, no, he's dropped back, so he's dropped down into 7th. So down 4 points there, just fluctuates lap on lap, as Bothod has also crashed and picked up front end damage, and that's a drop, that's a big drop. That's actually, no, to be fair, it's not too bad, it's only 4 points, but still. That could be critical in the team's championship, just chops and changes every single corner that we go through. It's Blocky hanging on to the lead of the race for now, but he does have Ridwan right behind us. Both of them just take up a bit of liberties there on the track limits, and both pick up, well, one of them did at least. Yep. So Ridwan has picked up a big pen there. As Blocky is lagging all over the place at the moment. That absolutely not ideal for him and not ideal for his rivals, as Ridwan just goes off into the grass. As Smeg also dropped off Tim. As there's Kirby Texas. BK is holding on to 6th off Dynamite. Prezzo is in 9th, Bananas in 10th. Bodod is currently in 12th, and he needs to really hang on here from Stingray, because that'd be a loss of, yeah, 2 points. Would be big in the context of the championship. Ridwan can actually get through on Blocky. That gets him up to 200 points for the race, and that's really what they need to aim for. Let's hope Ridwan wins these races, and they're gonna have to hope big time for Prezzo and Bodhod to really step up their game. One guy we've still talked about actually is KD, currently in 8th position, running a very solid race for Kennedy Motorsport, as is BK in 6th. So the 2 Kennedy cars running inside the top 10 very comfortably, mind you, because Kennedy does have a 4-second margin to Prezzo in 9th. Banana Cake Pie up in 10th, and then you've got Jamo, Stingray, and Bodhod, who does have front end damage. Roscoe is currently in 14th, running a very quiet race. It was announced that he will be dropping back to a reserve driver's role in season 6 rather. And Kane currently in 15th, running around the back of the pack, currently on the grid pole. Change for the lead. Really good timing on my end, but not good timing if you're Blocky, as we're going to start the final lap of the race. The pair of them are going to go toe-to-toe for the race victory. Oh, they touch! They touch, and Ridwan's off into the Astro. That was a little bit naughty there from Blocky. And that has cost FP Autosport and Ridwan big time there. And now he really needs to hang on to the podium here, because he's going to have a charged up Smeg, as the 2 Revo boys are running 1 and 2 at the moment. I know, Viper, if you're watching this, that man is going absolutely crazy, hoping these 2 can hang on, and Ridwan is now out. He's off the podium. And down in 4th, he needs to get on the podium here. This is massive in the context of the team's championship. Dynamite also back up to 6th, so that does equate to a massive 260 points for for Revo Satellite Racing. And just a measly, due to calcs, not too much for FP Autosport, but it's all about the Blockman today. He's going to pick up his 2nd career victory, his 1st in the Super Sprint format, his 1st at Kyoto, his 2nd of the season, and key points in the battle for the championship, or the team's championship at least. Smeg comes home 3rd, Ridwan will come home 4th, Curvin comes home 5th, Dynamite will bring it home in 6th, BK should bring it home 7th, and KD in 8th, who will pick up a bit of a pen. Prezzo comes home 9th, Banana in 10th, then you've got Jamo, then Prying Stingray. Bodhod will round it off for 13th, and then you're going to have Roscoe and Kane bring it home in 14th and 15th. So that will be race number 1. That's an 80-point swing in the first race. against FP Autosport. That has cut the margin down to just 23 points. This is big. These last two races are going to be huge in deciding where this championship may end up going. Anyway, that's been race 1. We will just hold off for a bit. We'll have a quick break, and we will be back for race 2. Hello and welcome back to Project 1 eSports. We are back here for what will be race 2 in a short while. If you were just catching up on it, race 1 winner was Blocky from Tim, and they gained a whopping 80 points in the team's championship over the boys at FP Autosport, as the lads doing a bit of messing about on track. Viper's Egg being very happy indeed with his team's 1-2 result. What we're going to do here is reverse the entire field. So it is a full reverse grid race for race number 2, and for race 3 we're going to reverse it again. So 2 races to go, and we are just about to head off at any given moment, as we will start race number 2. I can almost guarantee that we may see some stewards reports after the red one bump on red one at turn number 1 on the final lap of the race. We'll look to see how that goes. But anyway, the starting order is Kane, Roscoe, Bodod, and Frying Stingray is your top 4. Then you got Jamo in 5th. As the revs rise, the cars roar. Let's get going for race number 2. They are underway, and Roscoe and Kane get a fairly even start, but it's going to be Kane that's going to quite possibly lead him. Yes, it will. It will be Kane who leads into turn number 1. Roscoe just a little up and out there on the racing line, but I may be thinking about a move on Roscoe. He does have Jamo on his outside, who does go for a little sightseeing tour, but it is Kane currently leading the pack as they go into the hairpin for the first time. Might have a little bit of action. Stingray sticks the nose in, as does Banana Cake Pie. Prezzo follows too. Oh, KD throws it out there, and possibly throwing away a decent bit of track position as they head hard under brakes for the first time, as Banana gets all sideways out of there, as Bodhod as well has had some dramas and has got rear end damage. And oh, red one's in the fence as well. This is not ideal for FP Autosport. There's been a fair bit of drama on lap 1. What I can tell you is Kane is leading the race from Frying Stingray, and then Roscoe in 3rd. Then you got Prezzo in 4th, followed by Dynamite in 5th. So pretty frantic start there to race 2, the first grid. And Kane will lead them down on lap number 1. It's a very solid start, as we've got Frying Stingray in 2nd, followed by Roscoe in 3rd. All 3 men are on medium compound tyres, and you can throw Prezzo, Dynamite and BK into that mix of top 6 cars on the medium compound tyres. So it just runs it a little bit wide. He's going to force Dynamite to go hard here, as Dynamite gets moved done pretty cleanly, pretty fairly there on Prezzo. Prezzo left him some space, ran it out wide, just gave him position. Smart bit of driving there from Prezzo. Tough start for Red One and Bodot, but Prezzo running exceptionally well up the front in his quest for a team's championship. Really just after finishing 2nd last time out at Bathurst, maybe just looking for some confidence back, and we do have a change for lead. It is Frying Stingray to the front, and he will look to stretch the margin here on Kane and Roscoe, and use them as a bit of a buffer from the likes of Dynamite and Prezzo, as well as BK and Banana Cake Pie. So go into the final corner. Dynamite got to throw a really nice and early there. Got a really lovely mid-corner drive through the corner, but just couldn't quite do anything about it. Just had 2 cars parked on the apex, as Prezzo fends off from BK once more. Banana Cake Pie probably needs to make some inroads if this strat is going to work on his end. Bodod's doing a fantastic job of just hanging on here, even with rear aero damage. So, as Roscoe has come a cropper there and has lost it and picked up a fair whack of damage. So everyone pretty much moves up a spot. Prezzo up in the 4th, Dynamite up in the 2nd actually, and Kane is pretty much stayed second. He is still in 3rd as BK and Banana go side by side. And Banana gets the move done, and the pair of them are going to go side by side. You'd think that no, BK gets the job done. No, he doesn't. No, they are going side by side. Crazy. We just saw the other McLaren of Curving Texas. Just there, but this is just acted a little bit of a free Prezzo from the pressure behind. As BK looks to get the job back done on Banana, and they're going to touch, and this is pit lane window is open at the end of this lap. If you're flying Stingray, yep, pit window is now officially open at the end of the lap. You can come in and change tyres if you so choose to. Expect to see a flurry of cars in the pits this lap if to change tyres. One guy who probably won't be coming in for a bit is Banana Cake Pie, who will, all intents and purposes, try to stay out, but he's going to have to contend here with BK as they go. Going to drive it deep into the corner. They're going to go 3 wide. This will not work. It actually has. Oh, Curving gets all crossed up. There was a touch between the teammates. And this is a great news if you're Prezzo, bad news if you any of the 2 BCPRD cars of Curving and Banana. Up the front, Dynamite just cannot shake Kane off. In fact, Kane's going with him. Yeah, so Dynamite appears to have maybe just made a little error there. Prezzo's struggling just massively here, so he's not really doing much at the moment, which is not good if you're trying to win a team's championship, but they are, I believe, gaining some critical points in the team's championship. Tim is at the back. He did have to come in, so he did pick up a fair chunk of damage, I believe. Roscoe and Bodod did carry on with their damage as a fair few cars have come in, so we'll rattle it off. It's pretty much an auction. KD, Dynamite, BK, Rib1, Prezzo, Kane, Bodod, Roscoe, Blocky. Pretty much everyone that's driven in Project 1 since its inception have decided to dive into the pits, and Dynamite is the first car out on the subcompound tyres. Followed by Prezzo and Kane, so Prezzo has jumped him, which is really good. FP Autosport, their hopes for a team's championship, just to clear the team max speed car of Kane, and now BK will look to do the same as he's going to send it. And gets the job done. Kane drops back down to 9th behind BK and Prezzo in 7th. Dynamite in 6th. Jamo has picked up some front aero damage as well in the whole process. Smack just going full Tokyo Drift mid-corner. Then you got Curvy Texas in 3rd, following Banana Cake Pie, who is the first car on the soft compound tyres. Prime Stingray leads the way. It is a 1-2-3 for BCPRD at the moment. And Stingray decides enough is enough now. Oh, it's got down to come in and change tyres. And I am contractually obliged to say this. Hashtag P1 Banana. So Banana does take the lead of the race as Prime Stingray comes out of the pits and has got just 1.6 second, 1.5. So Dynamite has closed in, used the undercut to good effect, but not as good as may have liked, as Prezzo and BK decide to go on a pissing match, a dick measuring contest, as Prezzo gets the job Darn it! Bonod! Oh no, that's not Bonod, that's Ridwan! Just throwing it around like a sprint car. And he's played himself into this very nicely indeed. So, FP Autosport could strike back and get some key points in the team's championship as Rizzo's doing a masterful job in just enabling his championship winning teammate to get into the battle and get even more points. So we are on lap number 6. We'll get the points up again. What I will do is just get it up once more so I can just, my own reference, just probably keep it up. Keep it open. BCPID currently running first and second at the moment. Banana and Curving obviously yet to make a pit stop. And speaking of which, Curving checks decides now is the time, as does Lane, who is come in. Frank Stingray leads, well, he's the effective leader, 2.5 seconds over Dynamite. We have Prezzo not too far behind, about equidistant is Dynamite between Stingray and Prezzo. Prezzo just pretty much back in the pack up, essentially. But he's doing a really good job just hanging on for now. See how he goes towards the end of the race. BK in 5th, Kane is in 6th. Then you got Ridwan in 7th, and we're going to have change of position here as Ridwan gets the job done, gets the move done on Kane, a little bit of contact made, but nothing too drastic. Ridwan up in 6th, and now, this is the last thing that BK would have wanted, being sandwiched in between two FP Autosport Aston Martins. The pair of them are going to be driving very hard. And you would suspect Ridwan's going to look to make a move. BK going real tight there, taking a real tight line to the corner there through the hairpin, but Ridwan and Prezzo using much more sweeping line and just using a bit more road, really suiting the Aston Martin there. Fantastic, fascinating to watch both these guys go to work. How they drive. The Aston Stingray appears to be checking out at the front, currently for BCPRD. And now Prezzo's going to give Ridwan a giant tow, and the pair of them appeared to have orchestrated that incredibly well, because it looks to have worked, but BK is going to hang on and not give up without an absolute fight. So for FP Autosport orchestrated that excellently, but no, they couldn't quite get it done. And now Ridwan is, who does he pick? Does he pick his team boss, or does he pick BK? He's gonna dummy BK, and BK's in the fence and has picked up damage. And that's critical. That just lets the FP Autosport boys off the hook. And now Ridwan gets the move done on Prezzo. And they're now in 4th and 5th. Prezzo's gonna have to defend off from Kane, but that was a critical error there from BK. Just critical error, critical moment. Couldn't quite hang on to it. And BK down in 7th. Prezzo down to 5th, and Ridwan up in the 4th, effectively 3rd. As Banana Pie comes through the final corner. It's a bit tail happy there. Laying down some very consistent lap times at the moment is the BCPRD band. Has a 4.3 second lead over Prying Stingray, who in turn has a 3.7 second lead over Dynamite. Well, no, 2.8 back off Dynamite, so does Ridwan have enough in the tank to go after Dynamite and snip second? If he possibly can. Prezzo would have liked to have been able to hang on with Ridwan, but it was pretty unrealistic. Kane currently in 6th position, doing a fantastic job of looking for a possible top 5 finish. If he can hang it on any further as Prezzo maintains 5th for now. Kirby checks us in 7th, BK is in 8th, obviously with some front end damage. Lane is in 9th, and Blocky rounds out your top 10 currently. Then you got KD, Jomo, Roscoe, Bodod, and Tim at the back of the field. So we talked about an 80-point swing to cut the margin down to 23 points. Here, I think it was about 23 or 25. It was about that. Currently, if everything shakes out the way I believe it will, we'll see FP Autosport take out a decent amount of points. Currently, if on my best bets, currently get around 208, and Revo Satellite on current best bets, so they should get so it's a 24-point swing at the moment. Blocky's just gone and blown that up. So make that a 20-point swing back to your FP Autosport, so that balloons it back out to about 40 points. Now Banana's got a ball to do once again to try and chase them down, as Ridwan looks to put a move which would make it a 6-point swing and blow the margin out back to about 49 points in the end if he can go and get the job done. This is going to go side by side with Dynamite, as Kirby Texas does move up into 4th using the fresher tyres. Now Prezzo back down to 5th, so they did actually enter there. Gain nothing, so they're currently on approximately the same for FB Autosport, so they're only gaining around 20 odd points on Revo. We'll continue to do the math. If we can, Kirby Texas get a look. He's got 3.5 seconds, he can easily go after Dynamite here. Produce a 6-point swing in FP Autosport's favour if they can go and hunt down Dynamite, which will be a tough ask, but Flying Stingray is the race leader on the start lap 11. Ridwan in 2nd, then you got Dynamite in 3rd, Kirby, and then Prezzo, Kane, Lane, BK, the Blockman, and then you got Banana in 10th. Then you got KD and Jamo, Roscoe, Bodhod, and finally Tim, who is running a very lonely race at the back of the field. What we will have a look at, however, is a pretty spicy battle here. Back part of the top 10. Got quite a few cars here. BK obviously just slightly hampered and ailing a little bit with some front end damage. He's going to try and fend off the Blockman, but I think that would be in vain, and that is a nice swing to Revo, who will pick up a pretty nice extra 4 points. So if we do the current maths, and it's bound to change, knowing my luck, Ridwan currently sitting in 2nd, Prezzo in 5th, and Bodod in 14th. They do stand to get, my maths are correct, I think, should be about, 208 points at the moment, whereas the Revo boys sitting in 3rd, 8th, and 15th. Third gets you 86, plus 60, plus 40, 186. So they stand to gain 22 points on Revo Satellite to balloon back out to about 45 points in the team's championship race. Not official yet, but is bound to change. See if Banana or Blocky have anything to say about that, as these gentlemen start a lap number 12, as Tim is closing in on Bodod, who has still got rear end damage, so this isn't quite over yet. He's got 3 laps to hang on. He can probably afford to lose about a second a lap. Tim banged in a 33. Bodod's been sitting in a 36. Oh boy, this could get quite ugly for FP Autosport, and swing it an extra 2 points and make it only 20 point game back to him. Every point is key, every point is critical. As Prezzo runs it just a little bit over the curb there. does not really need to lose any points here. He can probably afford. They want to just. They really do need to gain more points in this team's championship. They can't quite. It's probably gone back past the stage where it's, oh, I don't need to fight this guy. They probably need to fight for every point they can get just to keep it as comfortable as possible. As Dynamite currently occupies third for the leading Revo satellite car. If Kirby Texas can mow him down by 1.6 or 1.7 seconds. Big swing down field was going to make it just a little bit interesting. A 28-point swing actually, and make it 51 points in the team's championship. As Prezzo defends from Smeg with all his might. Smeg's going to try and round him up around the outside, and Prezzo is he's going to lose the place. I think he's going to fall back in line and maybe try and get a run here on Smeg, but he's got the block man coming as well. Kane defends brilliantly as well from Blocky, and Prezzo back down in 6. Really needs to just keep his head here and not lose any more points if he can possibly avoid it. It's Rewind second, and the gap is down to second between Dynamite and Kirby. All eyes on this man with just over a lap to go. He has driven an excellent race from the front of the grid, starting from the front and getting the job done. Thus far, he still has one more lap to go. In race 2, gets all sideways out of the corner. As we start the final lap here at Kyoto for race 2, and the gap has pretty much halved between Dynamite and Curving. So here comes the Texan, as Blocky's moved up into 7th, and that is a gain of 4 points. So, third match for you in a little bit. Stingray leads the race, and Bodod is now down to last. So it's a gain of 6 points there. Currently, Flying Stingray is on course to get the job done here and pick up his 3rd win of the season after winning in Maggiore and Laguna Seca. He is looking very well, looking very good here to get his 3rd win and just keep on just getting more points from BCPRD to maybe, just maybe coach 3rd in the team's championship. It will be a tough ask as Blocky and Prezzo nose to tail. Prezzo is going to make him absolutely earn this. He does not want to give this one up without an absolute fight. As Dynamite has got Kirby Texas all over the back of him. Watch that with intrigue as Prying Stingray comes into the final corner. And will pick up his 3rd win of the season, 3rd in the McLaren. And once again demonstrates why he is one of the best drivers we've got. Stingray comes across the line, takes home his 3rd win of the season. Bridwine, big points for FP Autosport, comes home 2nd. Dynamite is just going to hold on. A late charge for Curving. Nope, no he won't. He did have to serve a pen. So Dynamite loses 4th. Prezzo, Blocky and Kane. That is 6, 7 and 8. So, and Banana in 9th. BK will probably come home. I believe he will, yeah, he will get a top 10 result. Tim in 13th. So 4th, 7th and 13th. That gets Revo. That could be critical, to be fair. Plus 64 plus, oh lazy, 44. It's 188, whereas FP got 2nd, 6th and 14th. So that's 92 plus 68 plus 42, 202. So only 14 points there in that. So FP Autosport do gain back a few more points, but it's only just. It's back out to 41 points, or 40 odd points. So the gap has shrunk. We'll be back in a few minutes for the final race of the evening. Stay tuned. So we're back with just about 2 minutes to go before the end of, well, the start of race number 2. Race number 3, sorry. And what we'll do is just have a look at the current point standings. And it is at 41 points once you add all the fastest lap and pole position. So pole obviously in race number pole for the weekend rather was to the Blockman. Then we had the fastest lap in race 1, which belonged to Prying Stingray, and then Ripline got the fastest lap, which adds an extra 5 points. So yeah, it is 41 points. So my maths wasn't even factoring in that, and it still happens to turn up to show the exact same points gap. So FP Autosport have gained some points back after losing 80 points in the first race. That was less than ideal, but they did gain 18 back, so they've still got a hold. It's not comfortable, it's nowhere near 100 points the way it was, but it is time for the final race, which could have big championship implications as we head into Fuji next time out for the final round of the season. As we just await Banana Cake Pie to give the go ahead, and we are about to get it on for the final race here at Kyoto, the final super sprint race of season number 5. As Roscoe starts from pole, then you got Bodod in second, Tim from third, Jamo in fourth, and KD in fifth, BK in sixth. Banana Cake Pie and Candy Cane round out your top 8 as the revs rise for the final time from Kyoto. Let's get the party started here at Kyoto. They're underway, and Roscoe uses the Corvette speed to get away off the line. He's on the medium tyres, Bodod on the softs. But Roscoe leads into turn 1. FP Autosport yet to win tonight, and Bodod bumps him out of the way. So Bodod gets the lead of the race from Roscoe, from Jamo. Tim is in fourth. Then you got BK, KD, Kane. It's Banana Cake Pie in eighth. Prezzo in 9th, and the Blockman is in 10th for Bodod. Forceful move at turn 1, gets the position, and is going to look to check out here if he possibly can. If it's FPO, oh, we're going to prop him up the back. It's Prezzo! It's Prezzo! He's got damage! Disaster! For the FP Autosport man, this is not what he would have wanted. The final round, the final super sprint round, and he has absolutely binned it. He hasn't got engine damage though, so he can probably just about continue. But that is going to hamper him big time. Group 1's up to 6, so that's the two FP Autosport, those two. Oh, it's who's in the fence in the background, I believe. It's got to be, I think that was Kane. No, that was Jamo. That was Jamo who has got damage and is now down in 14th position. Prezzo on his lonesome. He's got to try and get some points here and just try and claw it back. He elects, I believe, to come in. So he is going to come in and fix the damage. Probably not worth losing all that time, but Bodhod has absolutely checked out. He's got a 2.3 second margin over BK and Tim. Frying Stingray in 4th, Banana Cake 5, 5th, and we've got Group 1 in 6th. Tim's on the softs, BK on the mediums as they go side by side. Well, they were going side by side. Through the hairpin. And BK does hang on to the position. He's going to cover the inside line of Tim. And BK hangs on to P2. Tim out in the grass there. Crying Stingray may sense an opportunity. Will probably look to feint to the right. And then get to the left. Nope. He's going to try and round him up the long way around. Bodhod just stretching the legs here. Currently 2.8 up the road, and BK is doing here. They're going to go 3 wide here, and Tim's going to probably end up on the grass. We were just going about to go 3 wide there. BK does hang on to second, and it's a 3.1 second margin from Bodhod to BK. So BK doing a masterful job of just hanging on here and holding off Tim as well as Stingray, but they're going to go side by side here. Tim looking to get a move done. He just can't get enough of a run. And BK proceeds to go and cover Stingray and give Stingray a tow. And that may... Oh, Tim out in the grey there. Just couldn't get it stopped. Oh, BK's right off the road. So that was less than ideal. Stingray's going to probably look to make a move here. Well, might have been a little bit of nose-to-tail contact, but BK is still hanging on. But this is immense if you're Bodhod. You're just laughing because you've got a 3.7 second margin over the pack. BK just absolutely doing FP Autosport a massive favour. The likes of Grid1, who has got front end damage, so that is not ideal for the champion. And as it stands, Revo could be gaining a bit of points here. They do need to overcome 41 points to take the lead in this championship. And that is less than ideal. FP Autosport. What is ideal, however, is Bodhod in the lead by 3.7 seconds, but he has proceeded to pick up a decent pen there. So he is checking out. BK is hanging on at the moment. Not for long, not anymore, he's not, because Stingray has gotten up into second, and now they're going to go 3 wide down the chute. And Stingray hangs on. Oh, Tim gets a little bit crossed up there, out of the corner. Stop BK getting the momentum to try and carry on with the move, but BK is going to send it. They're all absolutely on the edge of the braking performance. BK is going to be the winner out of this, you would think. But no, Stingray hangs on, and now Tim may just have to concede here because he's going to lose out to Dynamite as well as Banana Pie if he's not careful. And he has lost out to Dynamite, so not ideal there, but they get it sorted out as the pit window is now open, and a lot of these fine gentlemen have decided that enough's enough now, as Banana Cake Pie is going to go side by side with the pair of them, and he pulls off the move and is going to move up into second. So really good move there, great stuff from Banana Cake Pie to hang on there and just persist at it, and he moves up into second. Bodon's got a 5.8 second margin over second place, which is an impressive start for former champion, as Jamo has come into the pits with engine damage. Prezzo and KD, both these men have stopped, I believe, just once. Prezzo running in 13th at the moment, as we have only got 14, so I'm not entirely sure what has happened there. Nope, we have now got 15, that is my bad. I looked at the lap counter instead of the position counter. But Tim has gotten his way back up into second. Then you got Banana and Dynamite in third and fourth. Then you got Kirby in fifth, Lane in sixth. We've got Frying Stingray in the first car to have made a pit stop. So Tim should go on with it here. Yep, Banana and Dynamite decide that now is the time to come in. Smack staying out once again on the medium compound tyres, so not going with the subscribed thought that you get mediums off as soon as possible. Have more to say on the points in due course when the pit stop sequence has filtered itself, as Redwine now he's going to try and get past the Blockman here. What can he do? Can he get enough of a run through these S's? He's absolutely all over the back of Blocky, the race one winner, and does he send it? Yes, he does. Yeah, it's been a big corner understeer. Not going to take him out though. That's good driving there from Redwine. Doesn't go for a desperado move just yet. So it's the fastest sector of the race. I believe in race 2 there was a bit of inter-team rivalry at FP Autosport. Just getting the vibe down in the pits. Just a bit of not angst, but just a little bit of tension between Redwine and Bodhod, just due to an incident that happened in race 2. Involved, I believe, Tim. But Bodhod just not pleased with some of Redwine's driving there. Speaking of Bodhod, he has lost 2 seconds there to Tim. The Aston just does not seem to have the pace at the moment. Now that Tim's out in clear air, he is looking to hunt down Bodhod. At Bodhod's pace, he's only maxing out at a 34.3, and speaking to chief strategist, Viper Z, Speg definitely costed himself time with that strat. No benefit to stay out this long, just open to undercut. You're not wrong. I do believe that myself. Just get the medium tyres off as quickly as possible and get on your way. With the softs, you're still going to be able to get enough pace out of the soft tyres than you are on the mediums. Bodod just getting a little bit tail there, but Tim is looking mighty fast at the moment. Barnes also gotten through on Blocky and has got the fastest lap of the race. And I believe that is, yep, that's Dynamite and Banana. I think they came to blows there, and Ripline is going to look to make a move up in the 7th here on Dynamite if he can get the job done. So Ripline really charging back through the field after picking up front end damage. He is looking very fast and is looking like driving like an absolute bat out of hell. Try and get as many points as he can to aid his team to the best of his ability. As they start lap 8. Just going on half race distance as Tim now takes the lead of the race. Bodod just does not seem to have the pace on the older tyres. It's a really odd thing that we're seeing with Bodod at the moment as he runs it just a bit deep there. Just going to try and get himself back in to sort of rhythm. As Ripon goes to work all over that BMW rather again. This Brian Stingray has got the fastest lap of the race currently. This Dynamite is desperate to hang on to 7th if he can, as Ripon's Dynamite's not going to give him the inside. He's going to cover. He's going to make Ripon go the long way around. Ooh, Banana Cake Pie just getting a little bit crossed up in the background there. And runs once again in the grass and gravel. Espresso has come in for here a second time. He's looking for his time to get a new set of tyres on the car. As Tim has stretched his legs on Bodod to 2.9 seconds, and his tyres are looking unbelievably better in comparison to that. I'm not entirely sure why Bodod's tyres are wearing that much. That is remarkable. Not sure exactly how that's working, but that is really odd for the Aston Martin, because his times have dropped into the 36s, and he's a fair whack to lose out to Stingray here if he's not careful, as well as BK. As they come through a little chicane here. It is, got a comment, I believe, from Amanda is 5% at. You're not wrong. It's actually a good point. So, but I'm massively surprised that it's that much. I thought, yeah, it'd be a decent amount of tyre wear, but I didn't think it'd be that much. Stingray goes up into second. It is only 8 seconds behind Tim, who has a 2-second margin over BK currently, and Roscoe running inside the top 5 at the moment, yet to make a stop, but is laying down some very consistent times. Nope, actually no, he has stopped. I'm sure he has. Yeah, I think he actually has stopped. So Roscoe he's in contention here, like, well, truly in contention, as is BK. As Rabine just cannot get around Dynamite at the moment, just really struggling to try and get through on him. Blocky in 8th. the moment, battling Smeg in the battle for 7th between the Max Spec car and the Revo car. Once Tim does come in to make his pit stop, which will be this lap, we will give you a points update. The points as they stand. As Tim does decide now is the time, and Flying Stingray will take the lead of the race, and he moves up into lead, obviously. BK currently in second, and 2 Kennedy cars are on the podium. Tim has ran long and is going to get rounded up by Roscoe. So Roscoe into third, he has driven a superb race, and is looking very nice, very likely actually to quite possibly just pick up the podium here. He's been matching Tim's times as well, which is always good to see. Matching the leader of the race. He's going to have to outbrake him though, but I think Tim might just have his measure, although Roscoe's going to try and hang it around the outside. This Corvette is actually quite a nice car around here. It isn't the worst thing in the world. The Stingray hangs on, well, he picks up the lead rather, and what we can do now is go through the points situation. So it's currently a 41 point margin, and if we add, so Tim currently running in third on 86, and we've got Dynamite in fifth with 74 points, and Blocky in eighth, which is 60 points, equals 220, and if you've got the FP Autosport cars in 7th, 10th, and I believe 13th, 7th, 10th, and 13th. That is less than ideal for FP Autosport. So 64 plus 52 plus 44. Oh boy. We're going to have a new championship leader by 19 points going into the final round at Fuji. And Revo would have just positioned themselves at the right place at the right time. FP Autosport, the pre-season favourites, coming into the championship this season. Are they going to quite possibly bottle yet another team's championship? That would be a bitter pill to swallow if you're Prezzo. Kennedy Motorsport have not been on the podium for a very long time. Previous standings, I believe their last podium was last season at Brands Hatch, I think from memory, and I believe someone has just gotten very happy at my maths. Nope, Tyler's initiative, huge opportunity for us. Yep, this could be a big opportunity for Revo to pick up, and they're going to pick up some extra points here because Blocky's just moved up there, so it's going to be about 20 odd points. So FP have got to go there and just win, essentially. If you're them, they've got to go there and just go for it. And Ripwan is just struggling big time here. So Blocky currently moves up into 7th, and if you are FP Autosport, you are just hoping and praying that Roscoe can move up into 4th and just get some more points back for you. Flying Stingray does go through DS's and in all likelihood pick up his 2nd win of the evening and his 4th win of the season. It's been a beautiful drive thus far from the season 3 runner-up, and one of the best drivers that we have seen. Winner of 20 odd races, I believe, did have the best season statistically in season 3, where we won about 15 races or something, until Ribon came along in season number 4 and decided to break pretty much every record that was known to man. Tim is hanging on to 3rd. Roscoe is trying. He's going to probably try and go for the podium here if he possibly can. It'll be an excellent result for him. A thoroughly deserved one, as Smeg looks to throw his hat in the ring and maybe just upset the pecking order here. And he gets into 5th. Dynamite moves down into 6th. Ripon, the opportunity's still there for him, but it's going to take a big effort. Last lap for Flying Stingray. BK in 2nd to pick up his first podium of the season, and Kennedy Motorsports' first podium of the season, their first podium in a long time. It has been a big while between drinks. Kennedy Motorsport, they still haven't won since Interlagos Season 3, the Season 3 finale, but it's still, they still could maybe pick up a win at Fuji if they get their house in order. Stingray through the hairpin for the final time, sweeping the first left-hander. As he breaks it through the little chicane here. Picks up the throttle and has done quite an exceptional job. And will look likely, assuming he can navigate these final 3 little corners, we're just going to back the car off here, nail the exit, and into the last corner now for Flying Stingray. It's been a beautiful drive for car 78 after a tough time out at Bathurst. He picks up his 2nd win of the evening and wins race number 3 here at Kyoto. BK comes home in 2nd, Tim Ant will come home in 3rd, Roscoe with his best performance in 4th, Smeg in 5th, Blocky, Dynamite, and Ridwan 6th, 7th and 8th, and we will have a new Teams Championship leader. As Bollard comes home 10th, KD will come home 11th, Banana High, and then Prezzo. And then Kane and Jamo at the end towards the back part of the field. Through the final corner now for Banana Cake High. And they will pick up. They'll pick up 12th. Prezzo will come home 13th. And that will also mean that Kane and Jamo and Kane. Kane's come home through the pits. Thanks very much, Viper. And that brings an end to the race. We have got new Teams Championship leader. And I'll give you the points margin real quick. As we get the points up, as Stingray wins for the 2nd time tonight. As we get the race results, what we do have is, so Tim coming home 3rd, 86 points, then you've got 6th and 7th, which is 68 and 64, which equals 218. Then the FP boys in 8th, which is 60. Then you've got Bollard in 10th, which is 52, and then Prezzo home in 13th, gets 44, so that's 156, and that is a 52-point swing. So we've got, it is barely anything left in it. Anyway, that has been round 11 of the championship. Do tune in next week for the season finale. I've been Jackie Perez. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will catch you guys next time.